You want to make an active Discord server. That means you would need a way to moderate inside the server, but how do you go about doing this? What if you don't know how to code at all? Well, by using BotGhost, you can make this process a lot easier. First off, head over to the BotGhost website, click on Create Bot, and sign into Discord. Then go to the Discord development portal, links in the description below, and sign into your Discord again. Then, under Applications, you want to create a new application and name it whatever you like. Under the Bot tab, you want to click on Reset Token. This will give you a series of numbers and letters that you will need to copy. Do not share this token to anyone, as this is used to control your bot. In the BotGhost website, paste in that token. Alright, we have access to our bot now, but we don't have him added into our server. What's up with that? Well, that's because we have not invited our bot into our server. So in BotGhost, you click on Invite, and from there you can select which server you want to add your bot in. Now that your bot is in the server, we are ready to start cooking. As you can see on the far left, there's a lot of modules that can get pretty overwhelming, but for this video we're sticking to the moderation module. Inside it, we can enable the module to have a bunch of features available. Let's go one by one with some of these features. Default permissions pretty much makes it so that any users with the manage messages perms can have access to the moderator commands, and anyone with admin permissions can have admin commands. But if you want to separate these perms into roles, then there's an admin role list and mod role list that can allow these roles to have admin and mod commands respectively. Moderation logging allows the bot to keep track of every action that a mod or admin command has been used, which is really useful for fetching whatever actions were done at that time. I have my own personal mod log channel that I would add onto the bot so that every time I use a mod or admin command, it will be logged onto that channel. Next, we got visual settings. You can essentially pick any two colors that you want for punishment messages or logging messages respectively. So if you got a warning, then the message that follows will be using red by default. If a log has been made, it will use green by default. Behavior settings pretty much lets you change the way the bot behaves when punishing users. Alright, so direct messages lets you choose whether you want a direct message to be sent to the user that got punished. With that being said, let's actually talk about the direct messages. There are two options to choose for when sending the message to the user: embedded or plain text. The plain text just gives you a normal text to send out, however, embedded is where it's at. If you really want to write your warning messages more formally, embedded allows you to give you multiple headings: author, title, the contents of the message itself, the thumbnail, the color of the embed. I mean, yeah, you're pretty much given a good control of what exactly you want your message to be. There's also variables that you can use in the embed that will populate automatically with the punishment information. These variables are action, which tells the user what type of punishment they have; moderator tells the user who sent the punishment message; time just says how long the punishment has been there for; case tells the user the unique case ID; and reason tells the user the reasoning behind their punishment. You can also delete all of their messages once the user is banned by checking off the ban delete messages box. Now let's go over the automatic punishments. Automatic punishments are pretty much the action that is automatically done when punishing users. You can toggle the punishment types between warns and timeouts. You can change the amount of times needed before an automatic punishment takes action. The automatic punishments can range between a ban, a kick, and a timeout. If it is a timeout, you can put how much time the user can be in a timeout in a formatting, as for seconds, M for minutes, and H for hours. Next up, you got moderation commands. There are plenty of commands here to pick and choose from, and I do recommend you go ahead and experiment on this by yourself, but I'll pick out some of the recommended ones, albeit they can be self-explanatory. /ban add and /ban remove bans and unbans a user from your server respectively. However, if you just want to temporarily ban a user for a specific length of time, you want to stick with /ban temp. /warn warns the user, which can activate a punishment message on their end. /purge allows the person with that permission to clear out multiple messages at once without having to delete them one by one. Extremely convenient for dealing with spammers in chat. /channel lock locks the channel, making it unable for normal members of the server to talk in that particular channel, and you can unlock that channel with /channel unlock. /slow mode makes the channel go into slow mode, which makes users wait in between intervals before typing each message. And And finally, you can do /role add to add a role to a user, and /role remove to remove a role from a user. If you want the role to be temporary, you can always type /role temp. Keep in mind that this command is only for admin users. If you're a premium member and you really know what you're doing, you can even customize your own pseudocode for these commands by clicking into one of the commands you'd like to edit. This will open up the command builder, which shows you the default code made for that particular command. But if you feel overwhelmed with what you're seeing, don't worry, you can click on the back arrow and you don't have to deal with all that. Next, let's go into the moderation events. Events are like listeners for the bot. They just continually check for events in your server and then trigger an action. The moderation handler checks how many warnings and timeouts the user has, and then if it matches with the number needed for an automatic punishment, then it'll automatically perform said action punishment. The temporary role and ban check checks if the time for a user's temporary role or ban has passed, and if so, get rid of the role or unbans the user. Rest assured, these commands can definitely help you make your Discord server more manageable and safer, especially if you have an active Discord server. If you're still confused about how this all works, you can visit our Discord server for support and to learn more about BotGhost, but even then, there's plenty of tools to use in BotGhost to create your very own Discord bot.